What is good? What's a guan? Where you depan? It's your girl, Miss Love. Today we are here with my first YouTube video, and I thought this video would be a great opportunity for y'all to get to know me. So I'm coming at you guys with some advice for high school students as a college freshman. I will be attending Hampton University in the fall. So I think I lived a lot in high school. I think I definitely had a real good and authentic high school experience in a way where I will be capable of providing you guys with some very strong insight. I'm gonna turn my brightness up a little bit. I want to like dark ambiance, but I feel like it's just too dark. I feel like that's better. Let me know. But yeah, get comfortable, grab a snack, and let's just get into the video. I broke this video down into five different brackets and like categories of high school, because as y'all know, high school encompasses a lot. It's a very, very big like experience, and there's a lot that goes into high school. So I figured that me just making one broad general rant about high school just would not give. So here is a couple of things that will definitely help you, or to just keep in mind during your high school journey. So I broke this into social, academic, general, college, and relationships. Yes, girl. And I'm going to start with academic because I think it's probably the most boring, but also most important, crucial part of high school is your academics. Put your academics first if you can. I personally struggled to put my academics first because I was in so many extracurriculars. I did so many things. I was a theater kid, and if you do theater, you know that theater is life. Theater becomes your life. Like, it's theater. Theater is everything, and it's long hours. And I was in a million different clubs. I was president of a billion different groups. So it was definitely a struggle to put academics first, but I was an AP student, and I did try my best to keep my grades up. And I'm gonna try not to say and as much, because and I'm gonna backtrack. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to general advice really quick, and then we're gonna circle back to academic advice. So my first piece of general advice, coming from my book where I wrote down stuff. Ooh, not the camera. You good? You alright? You good? You good? Okay. Come through angle change.
I hope. I'm not going to turn my gain up all the way down. It's just like really different audio for the rest of the video. That'd be crazy. I'm going to do it anyways. Sorry. Okay.
So my first piece of general advice is to stay in tune with who you are, y'all. Like, I know this might sound like a cliche, but really be true to yourself, because if you consistently try to fake it throughout high school, it will not only affect yourself and your mental health, but people around you will notice, and they won't want to be around you because you're not being authentic and you're not being real, and it'll be hard to keep up. And like, as long as you're a good person, I'm telling you, you do not need to change. Be true to who you are. That's in every category. Like, academically, you're not gonna be everybody else. Like, you're not gonna be the same person academically as the valedictorian. And that's something that I had to learn coming into high school, that even though where I was before, I was doing very well academically and I was like one of the top people in my class, high school is bigger, girl. It's bigger. So understand that and know, and don't try to go in there with the mindset that you're going to compete, and just know who you are, know what you want, and stay true to that. My second piece of general advice is figure out which direction you want to go in once you start high school. And this could change. This can definitely change. This is definitely dependent on who you are as a person. But I'll give myself as an example. When I started high school, I knew I loved writing, I knew I loved English, I knew I loved politics, I knew I loved social studies and things like that. And that it played a big role into the way I directed myself academically and the extracurricular activities I joined and the people that I hung out with, kinda. So I made sure that I kind of had that in mind and followed that path. An example, if you know that you do not like sports, don't start kicking it with the girlies that play soccer. Like, you might have a couple friends that play soccer, but don't go ahead and join the soccer team because your friends play soccer and you're miserable playing soccer because you don't like sports. Don't do that. If you like theater, do theater. I did theater. I sang. I did chorus. I was a very musically inclined kid. I was drum major. I did all of that stuff. I played the trombone. I did all that. So, because that's what I liked. I could have easily seen all my friends be like, oh, we're going to cheer, and join the cheer team. I had an era. In freshman year, I did have an era where I tried out for the cheer team. It wasn't good. And that's because that just wasn't who I was. But I joined theater, and I excelled in theater. So, there you go. That's my advice. And then my last piece of general advice is make connections. Whichever direction you decide to place yourself in, make connections in that space. You don't know which advisor or which teacher can connect you to somebody in a higher corporation or who actually is actively in the field that you're interested in the future. So you want to make connections, have friends. Like, I had a friend whose dad was a radio host, and I was like, shit, I could do radio. One of my advisors for a club, Miss Brown, she's an advisor for a club that I was in called Leading Ladies. Her brother works for CNN, and I was lead anchor on my school's news channel. So that was a connection that I made through that. Things like that. That's stuff that you want to keep in mind and make those type of connections. Take down those numbers, write an email. My advice is to make like an Excel sheet with every single person who you could meet in high school's contact, even teachers for recommendations and stuff like that. Make that and have that and carry that throughout your entire life, that Excel sheet, because I have contacts from the New York Liberty women's basketball team. I have contacts from CNN. I have contacts from senators, district attorneys, things like that, of just people who come in and gave me their information and said, call me when you need me. And guess what? I did. And I got some internships, and I did some projects, and I did all of that stuff all my free time, and I really made the most out of the connections that I made in high school, and it definitely propelled me to the next level in my high school career, if that makes sense. It made it more fulfilling and rich and full and not bland and empty. This advice, I spent 10 minutes talking about general advice, guys. I hope you're still here. If you are, hey, what are you doing? If you're still here, comment what you're doing right now. Are you eating a snack? Is this playing in the background while you do your hair? Is this playing in the background when you do your makeup? Are you washing the dishes, eating dinner? What are you doing while you're watching my video right now? And let me know if you prefer longer videos or shorting videos, and what you think my next YouTube video should be. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go back into academic advice. So when you sit down and you take the time to figure out what you want to do, what your goals in high school are, I need you to prioritize the things that are most important to you. When people tell you to manage your time, they just say time management. What time management means is you are prioritizing the things that are going to breed the most success for you. You see? So if you want to be a doctor, or if you want to be a woman in STEM, that means you need to prioritize your grades. If you want to be a nurse and you want to get into the best nursing programs, that means you need to be prioritizing your academics. If you want to be a dancer, girl, do what you want to do, But know that Juilliard isn't going to accept you if your grades are shit. Okay? So prioritize what is important to you and what you want to do in the future, even within your academics. Again, I'm going to use the women in STEM example. So let's say you're trying to figure out what courses to take and you want to be a nurse. You want to be taking STEM related classes. So you want to be taking advanced math, advanced sciences. When it gets to the point for you to decide which APs to take or which advanced placement classes to take, you want to make sure you're taking physics. You want to take AP physics. You want to take calculus, AP calculus, because all of that is going to propel you in the right direction for being in a STEM related field. Same with computer science, things like that. Me, I'm not a STEM girly. No. But y'all saw that tweet. Girls with a fat ass can't do math. I'm not good at math. But what I was good at is social studies and writing. I loved English. I love reading. I love writing. So I definitely took a lot of English and social studies class. I also took classes. I also took a broadcast journalism class. And I just took electives that related to what I was interested in. I was a band kid. I was a chorus kid. Still am. So, yeah. I love music. So, yeah. That's what I did. And that's the direction that I went in. But emphasis on prioritize the things that are important to you and put that on the top of your list and make sure that that is done. So that means at the end of the week, all your schoolwork should be done. Your homework, you're not gonna fall behind. Because my next piece of advice is to not fall behind academically if academics are important to you. Because once you fall behind, the mental state that you will put yourself in trying to catch back up is deadly, girl. It's deadly. Or guy, or they, or them. It's deadly. Like, I remember, and shit happens. I was a freshman when the pandemic happened. So we was getting sick, we was missing classes, all of that. But try your absolute hardest to stay on top of the things that you prioritize. If you prioritize doing something every week, make it a habit. What is the quote? It takes 21 days to make something a habit. Make that a habit. Make that important to you. Do that because, girl, you will reap the benefits of being consistent and diligent and making sure your priorities are straight. And that's how you manage your time. This is my 2020 to 2023. This doesn't look like much. I don't feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I was all over the place. Let's be real. But mapping out what I wanted to complete by my week, make up my math work, finish college apps, write a song every day because I write music. Now, having an event planner does not work. Having a planner doesn't work for everybody. So if you prefer to use an app or reminders or clocks or whatever.
Bombastic side eye.
Just do whatever works best for you. Okay, that was a long ramble on time management, but I swear time management and prioritizing what is important to you will breed success. Okay, and I kind of touched on taking classes that suit you already, so take classes that suit you. But the next step of taking classes that suit you is putting yourself out there and looking for outlets academically, because academics is more than just math, science, social studies, and English. There are different outlets of academics. You can be taught anything. You can be taught how to sing, you can be taught how to dance, you can be taught how to cook. So put yourself out there and reach out to your guidance counselor or your advisors and see what your school has to offer. In my district, there's a whole lot of different classes you could take. We had cosmetology, and you could get certified in cosmetology. There's cosmetology, there's culinary, there's about to be a medical program, there's an engineering program, there's a mechanics program, and these are all stuff that can give you certifications for your field in high school. So you don't have to finish high school, graduate, and go and get more certifications. That is all done for you in high school. That's what my school had to offer. So definitely put yourself out there, have inquiries, and see what your school can offer you in your field. that can propel you again to success. You see a theme here? Propelling you for success. Yes, do that, because I know not everybody's tea is theater or academics or things like that, but you can find what your tea is. I'm telling you, there's something. Don't give up. There's something there that will interest you that you can devote yourself to, and it might be an extracurricular activity. It might not be a regular program inside the building. Okay, that is my spiel on academics. Take of that what you will. I would say my academic performance in high school was merely average. Like, not average as in 65, 50, but average in, I could have done better, but I didn't make my academics a priority. I made my extracurricular activities a priority. I made theater and drama and acting and singing and doing political work and volunteering and I'm losing my train of thought. Volunteering, internships, stuff like that, my priority. And it may not have been the best for my academics, but it got me homecoming queen. Insert picture here. Things like, and I made a lot of connections, and my grades were still good. Like, my grades weren't bad. I didn't let myself slip to the point of no return. My grades were still good, but they weren't perfect. But that's because things got in the way. And if I could go back and do anything over, don't have regrets though. I know, contradiction, sorry. But if I could go back and do anything over, I would make sure that I keep my grades a priority. Like, but still, you can be successful and not be at the top of your class. Okay, next thing we're going to get into is college. I am going to be a college freshman in the fall. Like I said, I'll be attending the Real HU. Yeah, go Lady Pirates. And I'm just gonna very quickly blast through 4 main points that will help you with college admissions and college success. First, apply early. Apply early action. You will feel so much more comfortable and enjoy the out of your senior year if you are applying early. Early action is the way to go. While you're applying to those college applications, fill out your motherfucking FAFSA, girl. Yep. The financial aid. You need it, girl. If you like me, you need it. So make sure you fill that out ASAP. Get on that as soon as it opens. I'm pretty sure for us it opened in August. I don't know if that's still the case because I be seeing a bunch of stuff. But for us, it opened in August, so do with that what you will. It's August. When y'all see this, August is done and gone. But do with that what you will. Apply early. Secondly, know the difference between early action and early decision. Now, the amount of stupid motherfuckers that apply early decision and don't know what it means. Early decision is your top school. It means if I get into this school, I can support myself financially no matter what. Like, if you're applying to NYU, dorming in New York City is very expensive. So if you're applying to go to NYU, early decision ED, that means I really want to go to the school. There's no school that I want to go to the school more than, and if I get in, I will go because I'm legally binded to. And B, I can afford it. I can afford it. Because you don't want to be in one of those situations where you have a legally binding contract to a school that you cannot afford. Because student loans and debt is not what we want. Right? Heart. Don't do that. Know the difference. And make sure you're checking that out thoroughly. That brings me to my next point out of these 3 points. Apply for scholarships. Apply for scholarships. There's a whole bunch of scholarship apps. If I do a whole video about the college application process, I will give you all the links, list all of them, because you can get a scholarship for anything. You can get a scholarship for being above 6 feet. You can get a scholarship for being left-handed. You can get a scholarship for your intersectionality if you're Black, queer, and Caribbean. There's scholarships for everything. And second bullet point to that, A of that, ask your parents if their jobs have scholarships. When I tell you, that came in so much clutch for me. My mom's job, she is an essential worker and she works for a union job, and she's in a union. Her job supplies full scholarships for the length of a bachelor's degree. That's something that you want to ask. Make sure you sit down and you, as soon as you're watching this video, if you're if you're about to be a college senior or a college junior, there's never too early. Even if you're a freshman, ask your parents. Are you in a union? Does your union have scholarships? Does your job have scholarships for high school seniors, for anything like that? Ask, because 9 times out of 10 they do. Okay. Now that you've made it, if you've made it to this point in the video, comment. We're going to be confused with people. Comment a kitty. If you made it to this point in the video, comment a kitty or a dog. I feel like this is a bunny, but a kitty or a dog. Hey. Y'all, it's turning. Like, turn the beat around. I have to sneeze. I meant, bless you not. Oh my god, my sinuses. Pause. Social. Alright, first tip for social. And some of y'all, if you're young, if you're in middle school, you might be like, eat.
But I'm telling you, this is the truth. As someone who has lived high school, haven't lived life, but just stupid hat, yeah. Be a hat. Be a hat. You want to be the star of the show, but you're not. You're a hat. You're in
Middle school. You might see this. You might think, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. She old as fuck. First of all, I'm 18. Bitch. You're not a bitch. You're a lovely woman. Don't let anybody be calling you no bitch. But yeah, it's popularity doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. And now you might be hearing this. You're like, girl, you were homecoming queen. But I'm telling you right now, I was so successful and people liked me because I did my own thing. I was friends with everybody. I was friends with people who were smart. I'm practically really close with the entire top 25 of my class because I took classes with them. And I'm also friends with athletes and all that stuff. But your success is not going to come from who your friends are. It's going to come from you. So pick them wisely and don't pick them because they're popular, and don't set out to be popular because it's not real. Popularity isn't real. Like, there are gonna be people that are well known. There are going to be people that aren't. But I'm telling you right now, the people who just remain their authentic selves and don't try to be something that they're not for the sake of popularity are the people who you want to be around. So let that be you. Now, the next piece of advice I have is being mean does not get you anywhere. All being mean is going to do is close doors for you. Now, if you know me, you know I am not the nicest chap on planet Earth. Okay, I'm very blunt. But I don't pride myself in being brutally honest. I pride myself in gentle honesty, okay? And that doesn't mean sugarcoating. I know everybody likes to say they don't sugarcoat, yada, yada, yada. You can be gently honest and not sugarcoat. You can be blunt, straight to the point, and give all the facts that you need to give without being brutal. Brutal is brutal. Brutal hurts. And you don't want to be hurting people and making enemies for the sake of honesty. Delivery is everything. And being kind gets you places. Being generous gets you places. And I'm telling you that right now. Being mean does not get you anywhere. I'm not telling you to be nice. I'm not telling you to be sweet up, sweet up, sweet up. I'm not telling you to do that. But I'm telling you that meanness, being mean and nasty, is only going to dig yourself into a hole. In all 5, like, your teachers are not going to like you. You're going to struggle in relationships. You're not going to have a good social life if you're mean. And people are going to make fun of you. Not because of how you look on the outside, but because of who you are on the inside. Because you're mean. So, don't be mean. Be nice. Or, don't be nice. Be kind. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And I know that's a cliche, but it's real. My last piece of social advice, and I know I know this part is short, but I'm telling you, like, just be yourself. That's not the advice, but like, that's the gist of it. Just be yourself. But the last piece of advice is keep your circle small. You could be friends with the entire fucking school for all I care, but your immediate circle should not be big. The people that you tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, the people who you trust, like this, close to your heart, keep it small, girl. For your own safety. Because you know them group chats exist. You know them chat rooms exist. And you don't want your business all up in there because you told someone who wasn't in your immediate circle something, or because you let someone that shouldn't be in your immediate circle in your immediate circle. I'm not telling you to develop trust issues now, but be careful. Be careful who you trust, because your business should be something that's sacred to you. And your friendship, because you're obviously, if you're watching this video and you support me, obviously a beautiful, amazing, great person who is an incredible friend. So you shouldn't be just lending your incredible friendship to the entire school. You can be kind and nice and warm and loving to everybody, but you don't need to be everybody's friend. Stand up for yourself too. That wasn't on the list. But don't let anybody, adult, child, bigger, lower, do not. I know I'm yelling. Let me calm down. Do not let anybody disrespect you. Nobody. Zero. Zilch. Do you know who you are? You're supportive of me. And supporters of me do not tolerate disrespect at all, ever, from anybody. Remember that. Stand up for yourself. The fuck. And if you don't, I'm going to grab you by your shirt, drape you up, pull you to whoever was disrespecting you, and I'm going to be like, if you don't tell them the fuck off right now, I will, and then I'm going to tell you to fuck off. Because how the fuck you embarrassing me? Because you're my family, you're my friend, you're my supporter, and you're over here getting bullied? You're over here getting disrespected? No. And if they're bullying you, snitch. Snitch. If they're bullying your friend, snitch. You hear too many sad stories about people getting bullied and killing themselves. You do not want to be the person that is a bystander and allows somebody to get treated poorly. So if you don't feel like you're capable of intervening and navigating and dismantling that toxic situation, call somebody that can. And if they don't do anything, keep on going higher and higher and higher. Call me, because I get on the phone. I'm just like my mama. I will get on my Zoom. Call me, because I got you. We got each other. ASMR. I'm gonna do some ASMR videos, guys. Stay tuned for that. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if that's the route I want to go into, but that's the end of social. Now, for the moment you have all been waiting for: high school relationships. Now, I'm gonna have some unpopular opinions, but I need you to hear me out, okay? I'm going to give you advice, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of do's and don'ts, okay? So the first do, navigate that shit by yourself. I can give you as much advice as possible. You could lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. See, gem. But yeah, navigate that shit yourself. But the first thing that you must do is know your self-worth. And this goes for every single category, but especially in relationships. If you respect yourself and you know your self-worth, and you don't allow yourself to be taken advantage in any relationship, that will carry out. And that's romantic or platonic. Value yourself, know yourself, and put that above anything else in a relationship. Now, this plays a big role because a lot of the advice that you hear from a lot of people who graduated high school is don't mess with older guys. If you're a freshman, don't mess with that senior, yada, yada, yada. And I'm here to tell you, they're probably right. But figure that out by yourself. Because from my experience, I was younger and I was talking and being in flirtatious relationships with older guys. I wouldn't say dating them because I only have had one boyfriend, but I was interacting with older guys, and it was all a learning experience, and none of them are the same. None of them really amounted to anything because we're just at different levels in life. So keep that in mind. You need to meet people where they are. So none of those relationships amounted to anything because we were in different stages of our life. But they were all learning experiences that I do not regret and wouldn't take back. Just, if I did have to give you any piece of advice when navigating a relationship with the older guy, is to have realistic expectations and to understand the gap and where they're coming from. Okay? If you're a freshman and you're just entering high school, does it make sense for somebody that is on their way to college or in college to be interacting with you? Is that person valuing their self if you, someone who's at a completely different stage of your life, is pulling their interest? Does that make sense? Now, you might be mature for your age. I think I was. But that doesn't breed healthy relationships, and that doesn't mean that that person, that older person up here, isn't seeking something that they probably shouldn't be. And what they're seeking is immaturity. Show them that you're not immature, and wait and see if they stay. That's my advice. Show that older person, that high school senior or that college freshman or even that junior, show them that you're not immature and wait to see if they stick around. And if they do, proceed. And if they don't, you got your answer. And now, it's not one size fits all. So I can't give you general advice and be like, don't fuck with no guys older than you. But the second tier to that is, if it's illegal, don't do it. If it's illegal, don't do it. Why the fuck would you want to be with someone who's risking their freedom to be with you? You're with a fucking idiot then. And you're my supporter. You're too smart for that. So don't go doing that shit. Absolutely not. But yeah, to tie that in a bow and to wrap up this video, is high school is a learning experience. Whether that's relationships, academically, socially, it's all a learning experience. So live and learn, and live life with as little regret as possible. You are going to sit down and think to yourself, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that shit. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have. However, you learned from it. And that should be your goal in every single situation and every single obstacle. You should strive to learn. So, I encourage high school relationships because I was fortunate enough to have a very beautiful one. And it's going to be hard, because you're both going to be growing. The guy is likely going to be more immature than you, especially if they're in your grade. They're likely going to be less mature than you. They're going to be immature in comparison to you if you're a girl. So be mindful of that. But meet people where they are, give people a chance, and see how it goes. Because even if you get your heart broken, which you might, I have, you still learned from it, you grew from it, and you became a better person from it. Don't let heartbreak make you a bad person. Do you hear me? Don't let somebody breaking your heart, whether that's cheating on you or leaving you for another person, or just a relationship not working out, a right person, wrong time situation, don't let that make you a worse version of yourself. Don't make that make you a worse version of yourself. Don't let that do any damage to your character. Do not cheapen yourself because of the way a shitty person treated you. You only grow. You only level up. You only become better. Every single obstacle, every single heartbreak, every single trial and error only breeds a better you. Okay? Okay. But that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've made it to the end, leave a comment and comment what you think my next video should be. And comment if you prefer longer or shorter video. Comment down below if you prefer longer or shorter videos, and my eye bothering me. And stay tuned for more content coming on Monday. Love ya. I have a unsponsored ad. I want to do this thing in all of my videos where I shout out a black-owned business. And this is not sponsored. I paid for this with my own money. I am wearing this beanie that I have on right here, which I probably should have worn it like this the whole video, but I did my edges. So I did my edges, so you were gonna see my edges. Duh. This hat is by, I also have a lip gloss by them. I have a lip gloss, a hair hole, a hat, and this cute ass bonnet. Hello? I have to do a thumbnail. That just reminded me. Hello, this cute ass bonnet. And it's by Amaya. It's by Amaya Chantel's collection. It's like a whole bunch of cute stuff, and it's black owned. I'm pretty sure it's this little girl and her mommy. And look at the hat, bro. They have gibbets. I got some gibbets from them. Look at that. That's gas. Get you some. Get you some. This their website is right here. Focus. www.amayachantelcollection. Get you some, girl. This beanie is so cute, and they have it in so many colors. I'm a pink girl, as you can see. But yeah, get you some and have a nice night.